Okay, hello everybody. Hello, dear colleagues. Today we are talking about the act number 2. I'm glad to see you. So let's start our discussion. First, my first question is about the Macbeth. So I would like to learn, how does Macbeth character change in Act 2? So what causes these changes? It's the first question. Yeah, let's discuss about this.
Yeah, it is. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, go.
And I'm very happy in the Act 2 because I read this book in Russian also because it's help us more easy to understand it more deeply and rather than previous one. And I found your question is very appropriate and I liked it. And in this Act 2, and as we see, there's one key ideas actually talk about the killing part that Macbeth killed the king, and there was a two character as his Lady Macbeth and also Macbeth. And I also wanted to share there about Macbeth my ideas. He somehow shows fear in this fairness, not fear, fairness in this act too. He always worried about himself. He start afraid from himself, and even though there's several points that that improved this how he was concerned and how how he afraid from his after doing the action that he did. And yes, in Act 2, he character was thoroughly changed, and he somehow shows his weakness, not his brave courage, but weakness side mostly. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, great. Yeah, others, would you like to add something?
Yeah, I Macbeth changes because he feels very guilty and he was really scared because it's not easy to kill a person, and this so he had some kind of strange. He starts hearing some kind of strange voices, and this makes him act differently, and he becomes very worried. He became very worried.
Yeah, yeah, and even though from his afraid point and how to what extent he is afraid from his action, and he somehow lose, and he he did the action that he didn't recognize. For example, he killed the king and he brought the digger, the kinjal with him, and Lady Macbeth says that why you brought these kind of things and the evidence at home, and he says that I don't know, he didn't realize he brought them. And even though he didn't realize how to quickly wash his hand or and to his hand and to 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 clean the blood, the evidence, but he didn't realize this. I think it is the influence of his fearness and fear or afraid. Yeah.
So yeah, I have another question. So what role does Lady Macbeth play in killing Duncan, and why does she do it? So what is her benefit of this?
Well, Macbeth, she she just pushed him, and she helped in plans of murdering Duncan. She does it because she wants to become a queen, and she believes this is the only way to be a queen. I think.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. As we see in this act too, actually, when they kill the king, they will take his place, and therefore they she always pushed Macbeth to do it. And even though she says that she is ready to, when she asks Macbeth, bring back this digger, and he says that I'm not, I can't do it, and he started afraiding from to, how to say, murder, from murder. She says that I will do it instead him, because she ready for everything in order to take this place. Yeah.
Okay, great. Then I have
Yes, I think
sorry.
that
Go ahead.
I wanted to add here something, Kaijan. Actually, we see that, connecting it to the contemporary world, we see that even from the historically, female gender have had impact on the men decisions.
Yes, of
And
course.
yes, female gender are actually crazy in the history.
Rahman.
Yes,
Money,
so this is one of the
always says
areas of
money
Yes.
and
connection.
I
yeah.
agree.
The desire of the Lady Macbeth for becoming a queen actually generally hold a female or queen at the homes, rolling at the homes, and
But it was not enough.
yeah, it will not be enough.
More power, yeah.
Anyways, so this is the power interest in the female and willingness to become queen.
Yeah.
And then the female have this also very soft hearts. We see this, she wanted the power, but she didn't know that it will lead actually to kind of psychological sickness in today's world. If you see, she got sick. She somehow was not able to sleep. And in
Yeah.
today's world, if we compare it with, she started having insomnia. It is a kind of disease that she could not sleep anymore.
Wait
And
a second,
it led her to.
Rahman, you are going next to the next act.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I wanted to add. We
Great.
can
Thank
do
you
more.
for
Please
sharing.
continue, over to you.
So I have another question. So why is the dagger, and what does it symbolize? So because we have in the dialogue we can see that the Macbeth and Lady Macbeth are talking about the dagger, and does it symbolize something? What do you think about this?
Yes, if we see from a historical point of view, the dagger, they are the only weapon that throw them easily to kill someone, because they are more how to say, доступны in that time, and the only, maybe at that time it is in early in century, in the medieval century, and this type of weapon are the more cozy weapon and to kill someone. And also if we see, the act was happened at night, and in order to quietly kill the king, I think the dagger is the appropriate weapon. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Appropriate.
How to say?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's correct, but you are talking like, okay.
Like real killer,
Like
yeah?
like an expert. Rahman, you started this saying about us. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the dagger also symbolizes something like kind of power, yes? Because the one who has dagger, it means he has the power to kill or not to kill. And this is a point,
Yeah.
like точка невозврата, how to say it in English. So when they take this, when they feel the power, and then they feel that they can take the life of the person, then it's a kind of after the murder, you will not be the same person as before. So it is kind of like tool of
For
power.
play.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Connecting, today even globally, we see that, this use of weapons, starting from like very basic knives, and then other weapons which were actually historically created. And today, also for the sake of actually gaining or obtaining power from others, actually globally we see that politically people are using, and in that time actually these were the very basics weapons to be used to actually murder, kill, or use them even in the face-to-face wars. Previously, they were not using guns from far distance, so this could be one of the ways people were using and just killing. And that was just one of the weapons used to murder King Duncan. Unfortunate for Macbeth in a.
Yes, great. So, do you have anything to add? Because I have some more questions.
No, go ahead.
So, I have like two kind of related questions. First question, how like do Macbeth and Lady Macbeth react differently to the murder? So after the so how did they react, and how does the murder of Duncan affect all the characters? So, or does it change the mood of the play?
No, I think it's really difficult, and everybody somehow changed.
Okay.
Yes, in case
Macbeth, his wife Macbeth also, Miss Macbeth also has changed.
Yeah, in case Macbeth, we see he thoroughly changed because from his fear and from his afraid, and he get a sick person. He didn't even though appropriately sleep, and he lost his sleep, and he just thinking about the murder only. And about his Lady Macbeth, I see she's if you agree with me in the act, we can see and we reflect she's more courageous than him. She's more because she always says, don't think about this murder more deeply, and people, they are saying Amen and God bless us. They talking about that passage, but that act, and she says, don't think about this too much. Be a kind of brave, not to lose yourself. And she somehow motivated him not to lose his real power, sila vola. And I think I do agree. I agree with Zainab. After this evidence that happened killed the king, it influenced differently all characters. For example, Macbeth, Lady Macbeth, and other people that entered to see this king, and they were shocked how it happened like this to kill the king and without any evidence. Yes.
Okay, Ayjan, if you don't mind, I would like to show, for example, I am a vocabulary enricher, and I would like to show the evidence of this, how to say, words.
Great.
Okay. For example, okay. So I took the word consort. Consort means to hang out with or to be close someone, often suggesting a good relationship. Okay, what does it mean? Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet all the whole together. Okay, what will you do? Let's not to consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office, which the false man does easy. I'll to England. So why did I choose this word? Because Macbeth uses consort to talk about his feelings. He's asking for the daggers and says, people who are asleep or dead are like pictures. It's like the fear a child has of a scary picture. The word consort showed that Macbeth is trying to act calm on the outside, but even though he is troubled inside. Okay, That is why I chose this one.
Okay.
Another one is multitudinous. Okay, so here you can see, how is with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Ha! They pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash his blood clean from my hand? No, this my hand will rather the multitudinous seas incarnate, making the green one red. So multitudinous means numerous or existing in great quantities. Why I chose this? Because this word helps to see a picture of scene and makes it feels both poetic, and it's like saying there are so many stars that it feels vast and mysterious, which matches the themes of darkness and the supernatural in the play. This word helps to set the mood for the dark event that are about to happen. Okay?
Yeah.
And one more, because we are lack of time, if you don't mind, I would like to, whoops, sorry, we have time, yeah?
Yeah,
Ravishing. Okay, ravishing means extremely attractive and delightful. Look at this passage. Whose holds his watch, thus with the stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design, moves like a ghost, though sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk for fear. Okay, so the reason why in this part Macbeth is thinking about what he is going to do. And he talks about ravishing strides like Tarquin. The word ravishing here is interesting because it shows how Macbeth is feeling conflicted. His ambitions is pulling him towards something tempting, but it is a dangerous path. So inside he knows that this is a kind of dangerous, but even though he did this action. And one more, sentinel. It's like a guard or a lookout who watches for a danger and warns other. Okay. Pale hecatates of rings and wizard murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf, who holds his watch thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin ravished strides towards his design. Okay, reason why. So Macbeth talks about sentinel when he hears a wolf howling.
Yes.
Yeah, he's saying the wolf's howl is like a watchful sound. This makes the scene feel even scarier because it's like even nature is telling others about what Macbeth is doing. So these are my words.
Yeah, I really like this part where the like all the nature, like everything is like saying something bad is happening or happened. This part is really like, how to say, is kind of, how to say, create attention, yes? Like
Create
this
attention, and there are a lot of
grim
fiction,
words, yeah. I also one of my questions were like, how does Shakespeare create this tension in Act 2? And then it's he uses this kind of words that put like in pressure and tension. Yeah, Hamra, maybe you would like to like as a add something or pay attention to any parts of the Act 2?
Yeah, as a luminary. Yeah, literature.
Yes, during this act two, I mostly found the big picture of this act, this action that or evidence that happened in this act two, and that what I understand from this act two, that killing this king and all these act two mainly talk around this episode or around this, and I mostly reflect in it, and I found there's two key point about the characteristic of Macbeth and his lady Macbeth, how they thoroughly change their characters after doing the action, and I give I somehow explained in the document also. Macbeth was thoroughly changes his mind, and how after that he became a Sikh also. And this I only have these kind of ideas that I already mentioned during our meeting. Yeah.
Yeah, and if we see this connecting it to the even connecting it to the contemporary context of the time, actually the way the Scottish politicians and were actually having the culture of actually killing, betrayal for the sake of power, and all that is actually impacting the overall drama from that time of that context where this Macbeth is written. But anyways, contemporarily, if we see in our own countries, like over the last 100 years in Afghanistan, like we see Duranis and other actually ethnic groups who have even killed their brothers for the sake of power. Like one brother betrays the other brother and kills to come on power. And the sense of guilt and then peer influence, if we don't consider the bigger picture of gender, but always appear whether male or female who we trust can have influence on our decision, and then we can make either right or wrong decisions the way actually Macbeth did in killing Duncan. And actually, historically, this is not the only scene, but it has happened in any country, in any part of geography, whether we are for the sake of getting the power and becoming the ruler. Politicians have betrayed the men in power and killed them, murdered them, and to come on power. But later, the guilt really negatively influences them, and then it leads their life to disaster. The way it shows that the regression from Lady Macbeth and Macbeth himself as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. I have one more question. Sorry, guys, I cannot ask. I cannot. So I should ask this. The idea of the sleep. Do you remember in the Act 2 when the murder happened? The Macbeth repeats several times that he killed the sleep. And what do you think? What might it mean?
It means that he will never have a chance to sleep well.
Okay.
Yes, because this kind of deeds that he did it will just преследовать. It will just, follow him all day, all night. Yeah.
Okay.
It
So he will never get rid of
yeah?
it. Yeah, he will never get rid of it. Sometimes like as a person, of course, we don't do this kind of deeds, but sometimes we did something else and we start regretting, even though it takes for me as a person. I just, for example, say a kind of not good word, but it was not intentionally. Even though I just, how to say, suffer for it, thinking about it, about this person. Imagine just simple word. And here you are just killing the person. This is, I think, the most awful thing.
And for the men who are willing to have ambition and power, actually, he himself fought many big wars. It is not bravery to kill somebody sleeping. So he never killed anyone that way. For a man who fought many wars and who won many battles, it is actually hard to feel being so weak, so coward, actually. So coward and killing a man sleeping and betraying and all that actually is bringing a lot of guilt and inner pain for Macbeth, I think. Generally, it is then in the nature of men, actually, all the men. Very rarely men are found who are coward and just kill people. But in the past, historically, wars were always face to face, and they were just willing to be in front of each other if there is even any war, and not in a way that you kill a king while you are a warrior yourself, and it could actually create issues. I think we have limited time. The discussions still could go on. I will just stop here.
Okay. Do you have anything to add?
No, I think today we have a better discussion. I hope that next we will have even more, because I want to discuss with you something else.
Okay. So so then now I stop recording. Thank you, everybody. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you for
Pay attention
thank
to
you
our
for
background
the
picture.
background.
Yes, enjoy
Please,
our
please,
discussion. Next discussion
yes,
will be
please.
even more interesting.
Yes.
Wait for us.
Okay.
Yes.
Goodbye. See you. Follow us on YouTube.
Thank you.